Good day and welcome to the H2 FY25 earnings conference call of Beta Drugs Limited, hosted by Phillip Capital, PCG Desk. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Surya from Phillip Capital India Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Phillip Capital Private Limited, I welcome all of you to the H2 FY25 earnings conference call of Beta Drugs Limited. Today, from the management, we have Mr. Rahul Batra, Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Ashutosh Shukla, Director of Sales and Marketing, Mr. Nipun Arora, CFO, and Mrs. Rajni Brar, CS and Compliance Officer. I now hand over the conference to Mr. Rahul Batra for his opening remarks, and then we'll open the floor for the Q&A session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Surya. Thank you. Dear all, very good afternoon. Very welcome you all for the BDL earnings call for FY25. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude for being being with the company since last so many years, most of you, and we have started the process of migrating onto the main board. We'll be migrating between June and August this year. To start, I would like to give a brief view of our financial highlights. Beta's consolidated revenue stood at rupees 362 crores, which is 24.14% increase from 297 crores of the previous year. We would have achieved a top line of more than 375, but in March, we had an audit from Mexico, which took almost 10 days of our production, with a very low production in both API and formulation plant. EBITDA margin stood at 81.04 crore, which is 22.37%. Excluding cosmetology division, the EBITDA margins rose to 84.12 crore, which is 24.03%. The EBITDA rose by 32.25% as compared to the last year. The net profit rose from 36.43 to 45.83 without one-time expense, which we done at the time of preferential allotment. Now, coming on to the main highlights and achievements for FY25. This year, we successfully launched 5 to 6 molecules. We have successfully concluded audit of Mexico for both API and formulation. This is a major milestone as our API plant will also be PICS approved. The new export person who has recently joined has a vast experience in API oncology internationally. This will boost our presence globally in the API as well. There has been 25.28% growth in the branded sales, and we finally touched 100 crores for the first time. The export sales grew by 72.69%. As discussed earlier, we have been focusing on the export side, and future looks very bright on the export sales. We have also received a ZAZIBONA approval, which is a significant milestone for the export market last year. The onco EBITDA has grown to 24.03%, which is highest ever since it launched. On the cosmetology side, yes, this is a concern, but now we have received some registrations as an in-licensing from a European company for fillers, which will be commercialized in next 2 months. Also, this month and the last month, we have been almost at break even. So this division in next half year, in September, we might be having some profit from our cosmetology division as well. Coming on to the individual verticals. First is our own brand. We did 103 crore of sales and also achieved a milestone of crossing 100 crores with a growth of 25.27% as compared to last year. In own brand, we first time created a brand more than 8 crore, which is a NDDS, that is New Drug Delivery System, and was launched first time in India. This has given a big boost to launch further NDDS, in which we are working in the coming months and years. We have successfully launched 6 products apart from these 2 NDDS and are in the process to launch another 6 in this financial year. There are two more NDDS which will be launching in this financial year. The oral therapy and the NIPS, TKIs, and the supportive therapy have contributed. The contribution of this particular oral therapy has gone up to 48% in our total branded sales. Coming on to our CDMO business, Beta is proud to say that Beta is the preferred choice of any company for their oncology manufacturing in cytotoxics. We have not only displayed this thing with our quality, but also with the delivery to our best CDMO partners. We have added many products from different Indian MNCs, mainly Glenmark, Intas, Elchem, Kedla, and Todd. The growth of CDMO business will continue between 5 to 10% every year. Now coming on to the export side, the sales of export have gone up from 46 to almost 80 crores in this financial year, in the last financial year, which is 73% growth as compared to last year. As discussed in the beginning, the two new approvals, that is COFEPRIS and ZAZIBONA, has added another feather in the cap of the company for further global presence. We have recently got around 48 new registrations and have filed close to 130 new dossiers in different geographies. Also, there are more than 200 new dossiers which are getting ready to be filed in next 4 to 12 months. Company has been focusing more on LATAM and APAC regions where there is less competition and where there is entry constraint. Since we have the approvals, our dossiers are on the line, so we can hope to have some more registrations in these regions very soon. There has been extensive traveling and branding on the export side to increase the volume 3x in the next 2 to 3 years. Now coming on to our API business. After achieving the major milestone of PICS approval for API plant, we are more focused on developing the international market for oncology APIs. We have further upgraded the facility to go for Europe approval in coming time. The capacity has also been increased by adding one more line to meet the future requirements. We have developed and commercialized 4 new molecules last year. We are in the process to launch 6 new molecules. This will be followed by 20 new molecules in the next 3 to 5 years. Company is also looking to further go backward integrating by establishing a new plant for its intermediates. This will help not only to reduce the dependency on China, but will have more reliable and sustainable supply chain for all the KSLs. Last but not the least, coming on to the hospitality. The EBITDA loss has reduced from 4 crore to 3 crore this year. Company has increased its prescriber base from 1200 to 2600 as compared to last year. From last month, company has almost been a break even, and we see company posting profit for this division by September. The PCPM of this division has also been increased from 75 to 1.25 lakh, which is a very positive sign. Also, with the launch of those in-licensing products will boost the sales for this financial year. Now, coming on to the core of our business, that is R&D. The current team in our R&D is around 10 people in both API and formulation. Our current R&D spend is almost 2%, which is giving the main boost for the company to went on to the direction of a scientific cytotoxic organization. We have already developed 2 more NDDS, which will be launched this year, followed by 2 NDDS, which will be launched in FY25. All these will be the first time in India, which will attract our major market, both domestic and globally. To conclude, I would like to say that at Beta, we are committed to give high quality products with new innovations. Today, we are well positioned for a sustained growth driven by multiple strategies. The company's branded sales in both onco and cosmetology will outpace the growth of the overall market, which is supported by huge pipeline. The international market will too deliver our exponential growth, including API in the growth part. Over the past few years, management has taken deliberate steps to lay a strong foundation for value creation, establishing critical building blocks to support future stability. With a healing cash position, and the company is well capitalized to invest in all the growth opportunities. Thank you. Now we would like to have questions from everyone.
Thank you very much, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We have a first question from the line of Nigel Mascarenas from Everflow Partners. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. A couple of questions from my end. Firstly, how are you seeing the growth in exports? What sort of margin profiles do you expect in your export business, and what sort of scale-up do you expect in the next, say, 2 to 3 years?
So exports, already you have seen the last financial year, we have grown from 39 to 80 this year. So there has been 73% growth as compared to the last year. So we are intent to 3 times our sales in next 2 to 3 years down the line from the export side. And the margins, of course, today the most of the sales are coming from the unregulated or semi-regulated markets. Once our doses are registered in the regulated markets, especially Brazil, Mexico, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, so these countries will eventually increase our margins further. So our EBITDA margins for the company overall is projected between 23 to 25%.
Understood. Thank you, sir. My next question is, are you seeing an increase in the competitive intensity in the manufacturing for domestic CDMO or in the export markets, the emerging market business?
See, in the domestic CDMO, there are players, but eventually the player who is into the business since last many years, it speaks about the quality. So as I said in my CDMO vertical, that we are still the preferred choice for any Indian MNC who is going to get their products manufactured from outside. Then, of course, the competition will be there, but we as a R&D based company, we intend to launch so many products that people are too focused that this is a company which can give us the better products at a better price and better quality.
Got it. Thank you, sir. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a next question from the line of Asta from PICS Advisors. Please go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. So my first question is, could you give us what was the growth for CDMO, API and dermatology segment this year?
So the growth, Nipun, can you please tell the numbers?
Yeah, Rahul. So for branded, it is last year it was 82 crores. Now this is 103 crores. So this is a growth of 25%. For CMO, it was 40 crores last year, 148 crores this year. So it is a 5% growth. For exports, it was 46 crores last year. Now this is almost 80 crores. So this is 73% growth. And for Derma, it is 6.83 crores last year and 12.30 crores this year. So it is 80% growth. And API is almost similar like last year because the major consumption was internal. So it was 20 crores last year and 20 crores this year.
Got it, sir. So can I get the OPM margins for each of the segments?
Yeah. So for branded, it is somewhere around 34-35% EBITDA margin. For CMO, it is somewhere around 15-16%. Exports, it is 27 to 30%. API, it is 19-20%. And Derma, as we have already discussed, that was last year we witnessed a EBITDA loss of 3 crores. But the gross margins of Derma is somewhere around 67%.
And so we intend to go positive in FY26 for Derma, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what would be the guidance for FY26 and for the next 3 years?
So we'll 3x our sales, we'll double our sales in next 3 years.
Okay. Sir, can you give us the names of the clients that we have added in CDMO, or not the name of the clients, but how many clients did we add in the CDMO segment?
This year we added 3 more. So total in all, we have around 30 players we are doing CDMO.
Okay. And sir, the fund that we had raised of approximately 117 crores, has all the funds been utilized?
No, the entire fund is being placed in the FDs. We are still seeking an opportunity to utilize that fund, but we have utilized around 11 crores in the facility upgradations, mainly in Adley formulations and Adley lab.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so that's all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Sachin, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sachin, we can hear you. Please go ahead with the questions.
Yeah. My question is, over the last year, our exports you said has probably grown by 70%, which means that our the domestic business is kindly growing at around the 10% margins. But if you were to look at the 18, 19, 19, 20, 21, 22 period, I believe our domestic business was also growing faster. So any specific reason because of which we're seeing domestic business growing at 10%?
So I'll just give you a brief. As we told that our domestic own branded business grew by 25.17%. The own brand business.
Okay.
And the derma also grew by 80%. Leave derma, but only the CDMO. CDMO, we always said that the growth will be expected between 5 to 10% only. This has always been the line which we have been telling everyone since the past, that CDMO will keep on growing at 5-10%, and our own branded business will keep on growing at 23 to 30%, which is again, every year it has grown by 25%. So this year also it has grown by 25%. So, and export, of course, you have seen that.
One more question here, sir. On the licenses that you have received in the regulated market, when do you actually start seeing revenue picking, pick from those geographies?
We will be seeing that market picked up in FY27, in starting of FY27, maybe by June or May, June 27.
Okay. So basically you're saying that wherever we got licenses till 2023, we are currently, into the export business there. But wherever we got licenses in 24 and 25, we would see business coming in 26, 27.
Yes. Because reason is, once the approval is there, then the doses has to be done. Then there is a registration timeline. So every country has a different timeline. Maybe some country has 12 months. Most of the countries have between the timeline of registering a doser is between 18 to 36 months. So that's why it takes time.
Yeah. Two small questions, sir. One, when you talk about new NDDS, launching of 2 NDDS this year, does the new drug delivery system normally substitute a drug of beta drugs which is already there in the market, or it's a new addition in your portfolio, number one? Number two, are we sure that over the next 2-3 months we would kind of list on the NSE main board? So have we done all the back-end work for the same? Thank you, sir. I have my question.
So for the NDDS, I would ask Ashutosh to give an answer. But for main board, yes, we are prepared. We have already filed the documentation. Maybe we get an approval from NSE in June, or it can be July, or it can be August. So in the next 2-3 months, we'll be migrating to the main board for sure.
Got it. Thank you.
Ashutosh for NDDS, can you answer?
Yes, sir. The NDDS which we have launched last year, we have expanded the overall market size. For an example, Megestrol acetate, the total market size was close to 6 CR. After the launch of our brand, the total market size is now more than 16 CR, out of which we have the lion's share. And we did close to around 9 CR, plus the tablet market. So overall, we have expanded the market. For the future NDDS formulations, we expect to get the share from the existing market. It will not expand the market, but we will be getting a share from that. So there will be one product which has a market size of around 70 crores. So we expect good share from that particular market for the NDDS formulation.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Devendra Agarwal, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Congratulations, sir, for a great set of numbers. I have one question. Sir, can you explain why the financial cost went up by 4 CR in this 6 months?
Yeah, I'll tell you. This is because we have made a provision for convertible debentures which we have issued during the preferential issue. So when convertible debentures carries the coupon. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, it carries the coupon, so the provision has been done for that coupon. That's why you are seeing the increase in financial expenses.
It's a one-time cost, right? Like financial cost as well as this preferential acceptance cost.
It's like these the tenure of these convertible debentures is 18 months. So 3 months already gone, 4 months already gone. So it will be there in full year this year, and then it will not be there.
Okay, thanks. That helps. Another one more question, if I can may ask, is do you have any guidance on the derma sector? Like what is your expected growth for next year and say for next 3 years?
So derma, we expect to do between 18 and 20 crore this year. By next financial, we are expecting to touch 30 crores, and after that we are expecting to touch between 45 and 50 crores.
Okay, that helps. Thank you, sir. Yeah, good.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and 1 now. We have our next question from the line of Santosh Kandapuram, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity. I wanted to know what is the record date for the bonus shares you have issued recently. I haven't seen a record date for that.
Rajni?
Hello.
You can answer that. What was the record date for bonus?
The record date was 26th of March.
Okay.
It's the 1 day prior to the date of allotment.
Okay. And regarding the CDMO business, I know we are focused on domestic CDMO currently, but do you have any plans for international clients on the CDMO side?
Yes, we do have plans for that. Since we are now planning to go for the EU inspection, after EU GMP approval, we are looking for clients whom we can do some CDMO for European market or for some regulated markets. Yes, we do have plans for the same.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from my end. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Avnish Barban from Vaikari Investment. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Rahul. Thanks for taking my question. I just have a couple. One, can you explain the reason for a slight bit of a decline sequentially in the gross margin?
Hi. You have not checked it correctly. There is no decline in gross margin. Rather, the gross margin have been increased. If I exclude manufacturing expense, if I reduce manufacturing expenses also, then last year it was 38.73%. Now it is 41.5%. And if I ignore manufacturing expenses, then last year it was 49.47%, whereas now it is 52.7%. This is the reason why there is increase in EBITDA margin also. Like last year it was 20.75%, now it is 20.37%. 22.4% rather.
I was actually asking sequentially from first half of FY25 to second half.
This is very marginal, I think. Otherwise, if you see, this is 52 in first half and second half, it is 52.5, more than 52.5%.
Okay, understood. And can you also please explain the reason for one, the depreciation increase as compared to FY24? So FY24 was around 10 crores, which has gone up to 13. And also the employee cost increase. There's been a 31% growth here.
So let me tell you the first one, why depreciation is increased. The depreciation is increased because the CAPEX was added in the last 2-3 months of last year. So full depreciation was not there, which is now we have got the full depreciation in this year. And the other question was your salary cost, I think. So in salary cost, derma employees which were added last year, that was also in the last 3-4 months. So salary portion was less that time. In FY25, it is full portion. And then obviously there is some more high officials are hired on the production side also. QA side, production side.
Understood. Also, can you repeat the impact of the 10-day Mexico audit? I mean, you mentioned some number that if the audit was not there, your growth would have been something. So what is the lost revenue because of the...
We had orders in hand, but we could not execute the production side, both in API and formulations. Since the inspection was going on and in between there was Holi, so 7-8 days gone in the production audit side. That's why some of the products we couldn't manufacture and we couldn't provide the API, so we could do the formulations. So that's why it was halted. Otherwise, we could have done more 7-8 crore rupees of sales in the last financial year.
7-8 crore rupees.
Yes.
And all this impact is obviously in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Okay. And Rahul, can you give me some color on the in-licensing deal in Cosmo that you were talking about? Also, typically in-licensing deals are good for ROC, but they are very thin in margin. So when it ramps up, does it impact our overall consolidated margins negatively?
No, not at all. Since this products have been identified by us since last 1.5, 2 years, we have been working with this company very aggressively. So this company is from Italy. They have developed some fillers in the cosmetology market, and Indian cosmetology spend as on today is increasing day by day. Every person who is going to a cosmetologist, they are working on their skin part. So these fillers are from Europe market, and we have just got them registered. So the overall process, it took us around 8 to 10 months to get these products registered in India. So we have just got our registrations out last month. Now we are working on for the procurement. On the margin side, we are maintaining around 65-70% GC, so that we are able to create some volume and on the bottom line also. See, we as a company are not focusing on the top line, to be very honest. Our main focus is always, along with the top line, the bottom line has to be there. That's why we always keep our EBITDA margins at the same level. But in case tomorrow, with the launch of these products, also the EBITDA margins will be further added.
Understood. And what is the potential for this filler drug?
The margins are huge. The potential is huge. It's every day it's increasing. Today, every lady or every person is going to a cosmetologist for their skin treatments, and these fillers are the most important thing nowadays. So in fact, Botox is not only the option, but these fillers create some value. So the market is huge. The total overall market size is close to around 2,500 to 3,000 crores. But it is primarily dominated by the Korean market, but we have got these products from Europe, so this will have an impact on the sales.
Understood. Last one from my side. Now, after the CCD issuance, the balance sheet is obviously, you're sitting on some cash. How are you, Rahul, thinking about some potential M&As that might come your way?
See, if any good branded business will come on our way, so we will think of that an option. Plus, our major expense right now will go towards, we are making one new corporate building where we are shifting the entire regulatory office and all the R&D there at one place, where the office, R&D and regulatory will be sitting in one place, because for the future filings and future developments. Then our major expansion will go towards the intermediate side. We are desperately looking for a land or a plant which is on sale to manufacture intermediates. Today, our major of the products are manufactured from N-2, N-3 stages, but we want to start from the basic KRM, the basic plant base. So we are looking for that, and in next couple of months, you will see that some or other thing will be shaped up, and we will be having some plant with us.
Yeah, no, I was talking about, let's say, if you acquire a brand, let's say, and you also have the CDMO capability. So if the seller is getting the product made from some other CDMO player, then you get kind of double benefit. You get the sales from the brand also and some business in the CDMO also.
See, we have always believed in creating a brand, and we believe in branded sales. So that's why we launched cosmetology, and it's been 2 years. So the way we have taken oncology in last 10, 12 years, the same way we'll take the cosmetology also. So tomorrow, if we find a good M&A in terms of any good branded sales, so we'll definitely look out and we'll evaluate that proposition.
Okay, so nothing on the table as of now.
Nothing on the table as such now.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rahul. This was very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Sanjeev Arora, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, team. And I really appreciate the consistent growth that you have been giving on a year-to-year basis and entering into this new field of derma. Just a simple question because most of the questions have been answered. As you have pointed out in the presentation regarding the revenue of 450 plus crores in the current financial year, I just want to have a vision for the next 5 years of the company. At what scale and revenue and the profitability would the company would be?
See, we have a budget, we have our plans laid down for next 3 years. So it is for 25, 26, 26, 27 and 27, 28. So till 28, we have our revenue projections till 750 odd crores. But after that, we are doing some other talks also. We might get into immunotherapies we are working on many things. Actually, there are a lot of things which are on card. So you might see some or other development in year 2028, where we will be one of the generics to launch one of the mAb which is not prevalent in the generic market. So all these things are happening and it is under discussion. So 3 years we have already given you, and next 2-3 years we are just framing it up once all those conversions or once all those agreements are in place.
Good enough. Thank you. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it. And all the best for the future growth.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Weber from Smart. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Weber.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. I just have a couple of questions. First of all, are we trying to increase our headcount in the R&D space?
Sorry to interrupt, Weber. Can you please be a little louder?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Still, you're sounding very low. Can you use your handset?
Hello?
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to know, are we going to increase our headcount in the R&D space, and how many of them are PhDs and masters, about the 10 people which you mentioned?
Sorry, your voice is not audible. I couldn't hear your question properly.
Weber, your voice is quite muffled.
Hello? Is this better?
It's still muffled only.
Can
you please rejoin the queue? We can't understand the question, sir.
Sure.
Thanks. We have our next question from the line of Sachin, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Around the one question that I had is, NSE main board insists that quarterly results need to be published once you're in the main board, but can we start it as a good practice in this year, even if the main board will get a little delayed?
The main board might be getting the approval to migrate on the main board by June itself only. So in case we migrate on the June, then July, 100% the results will be out. But in case then the migration happens in July, so let's just wait for 6 months. The half yearly results will, of course, be there. But after that, every 3 months the results will be out.
I agree. No, my only point is that if it is getting delayed beyond that, can you also move to a quarterly, result publishing, which is a good practice in itself, is what I think.
We'll see that. We'll see that, and we'll try to implement that as well from this quarter itself.
Yeah.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, if you wish to ask any questions, you may press star and 1. I repeat, if anyone wishes to ask a question, you may press star and 1. We have our next question from the line of Saruchi Parmar from NX Wealth Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yes, Suruchi. Yes, Suruchi, go ahead with the questions.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Suruchi, we can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you for taking my question. Just wanted to know, like after this approval, COFEPRIS approval, what is the TAM you are looking at?
See, the overall Mexico market is very big, very huge. So it depends on number of doses we filed. As on today, we have filed around 23 doses, out of which 12 has already gone to the FDA for registration process. 12 are under evaluation that will be submitted in next 2 or 3 months. So another 12, 15 are in pipeline, which will be sending them in next maybe 2-3 months. So total market size, oncology market size of Mexico is close to around, only cytotoxics is concerned, is around 140 million. So we expect that we should have some good number out of it.
Okay. So don't you think that the guidance you're giving of 25% growth is at the lower end after we are getting these approvals?
See, madam, the approval doesn't mean that the business will start coming today. As I told initially also, the registrations of each and every product takes time. The dossier preparation of each and every country is different. So the dossier which is prepared for Mexico is not accepted in Brazil. The dossier which is made for Brazil is not accepted in Thailand. So all these things takes time. Although we have got around 17-18 people working in our regulatory team, but still we find constraint to send the dossier timely. But we are doing our level best, and we have already filed, as I told you, that 130 doses are already filed for registration, which the registrations are yet to come out. So it totally depends when the registrations are coming out. So the guidance is dependent on where we are sure that these registrations are out, and where we are not sure that the registrations will be out in that stipulated time. So we cannot give you guidance for that.
Okay. So basically, whatever approval you have got, in those countries, you will be selling your own brand
yes.
Product?
Own brand. Yes, own brands. Own products,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we can expect the margins, whatever we are making right now on the own brands, will be like more than these margins only, correct?
Yeah, the margins which we are doing right now in exports, so this margins will eventually increase from the export side.
Okay. And when can we expect this EU GMP approval in this year or next year?
We have already started the process. Earlier, we had we were going only for a plant approval, but going for a plant approval was not making sense. So what we did a change inside was that for every line, we are starting preparing a new dossier for Europe. So another 3 months, the dossiers will be ready, and we'll be filing it. Maybe we are expecting the audit to come between October and December this year only. So maybe after audit, it takes 6 months to get a certificate out or to get the registration out of that particular product. So we just have to wait for another 1 year for this EU certificate.
And after that, the products, when you will start the revenue part with that?
The revenue part from Europe will start after 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Kevin Gala from Gala Brothers. Please go ahead.
Sir, I had only one small question. As I can see, the interest cost has risen significantly in this quarter. Can you please explain on that?
We have just explained to another caller that interest cost is increased because we have issued convertible debentures during this financial issue, which has carried some coupon. So we have made provision for that coupon.
Okay, understood. Thank you. That was it. Thank you so much, and all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a follow-up question from the line of Asta from PICS Advisors. Please go ahead.
Sir, I wanted to ask you that you have given the full year guidance, the total revenue guidance, and for CDMO and dermatology segment also we have the same. Could you please give us the guidance for domestic owned brands, international and API as well? What would be the growth rate in all these 3 segments?
See, what would be the growth rate? We cannot give you the guidance exactly, but we are telling you that we will keep on growing at a rate between 23 and 30% annually. And since this year also the growth was around 24.3%, so next year we tend to increase at the same pace, and that is 25% only.
Okay. Okay. And sir, the OPM margins that you had shared earlier for each of the segments, would that be increasing in any of these segments, or would it remain same? Like for domestic brands, the margins were at 34% OPM margin. So going forward also, we'll see that the OPM margins would remain in the line of 34%?
Yeah. Going forward also for the same division, the margins will be in the same line, and we'll try to keep our margins. What we have basically placed in our budgets also, that shows us that margins will be between 23 to 25% consolidated.
Consolidated. Okay. And so the last thing, I think our total revenue was at 362 crores. The earlier numbers shared with me, I just want to reconfirm them, the revenue numbers. CDMO was 148 crores, domestic owned business is 111 crores, international is 80, API is 21.
Domestic own branded oncology is 103 crores.
103. Okay, thank you. That's it, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1. We have our next question from the line of D.N. Joshi, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to know, if I remember correctly, in last year's H2 conference call, it was informed that company will be migrating to the main board by July 24. But so far it has not migrated. What are the reasons for this?
No, there are no reasons. We just started the process like 3-4 months back, and sadly there are a lot of formalities to be done. So we have already done the bonus part. We had to increase some authorized capital, which we have already done the first step. Second step is to file all the papers. We are doing this with SEBI. We are in regular touch with them. Since my beginning talk, in next 2-3 months, you will see the migration is happening, and we will be migrated to both NSE also and BSE also.
So in next 2-3 months, we can expect it?
Yes, in next 2-3 months, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you so much for attending this earnings call. We would just like to say that, yes, we have a very robust pipeline for coming 3-4 years down the line. We are going to maintain the same pace which we have been doing since last 4-5 years, and keep trusting us, and we'll be delivering our best of our potential. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Phillip Capital India Private Limited, that concludes this conference.